Okay, I'm Susie Meadows. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Central Indiana. This is how you can catch up with me. This is my website where you can place orders or ask questions or whatever. Here is my host code for the month. I like to send goodies to folks. Hey, Kimberly, glad you joined us. Hot diggity dog. So, okay, today we are going to do a little bit of punch art or paper piecing, however you want to phrase that. And we're going to use this ice cream builder punch. Now, before we get started with that, I just want to remind you, we are in the last couple weeks of celebration, gang. It ends September 30th. So if you're wanting some of these goodies, you can get them free. Remember, you just pay $50. You make a $50 purchase in my store and you get to choose these goodies. So just wanted to remind you, so you keep that in the forefront. Also, the next class is going to be, I've had to pivot, courtesy of COVID. I've had to pivot, and we are now doing Stamp and Craft class. And that's going to be September 23rd here at the Lebanon Library at 5:30. We're going to do 6 projects. One of them is going to be a 3D project. It's $20 for all of that. Or if you place a $25 order that night, you get the whole class free. So keep that in mind. We were going to do the penguin, and guess what? It's on back order. The penguin punch is on back order until November. And I just didn't want to have a class where you could not have all your goodies. And of course, I'm not seeing the penguin right away. I was going to go find him. But, here he is. He's on page 33. But I have the penguin, the stamp, and the punch. So we will be using this. It's just not, the whole class won't be with the penguin builder punch or the stamp set, but we will be using this. Plus, I think we're going to be using Nature's Harvest. There's several things we're going to be using. So, and I'm working on the projects now to get a picture and get it on Facebook under the events. So keep that in mind. Also, this weekend, I am going to be a vendor at the Back to the 50s Festival here at the Lebanon Fairgrounds. It's an outside event, and I will be in the craft area Friday from 6 to 9 and Saturday 9 to 4. So if you're in the area, come check us out. It's a really fun festival. I mean, they have bands with the 50s music, and they also have cars and just a lot of different things. So just keep those 2 things in mind, gang. Okay. Hey, Marie, glad you joined me. I enjoyed crafting with you this past weekend. I know you had to step out with your son, but I enjoyed crafting with you. Okay, we are going to do, like I said, we are going to use the ice cream builder punch. So let's get that over here. This is what I'm going to be using. Okay, I'm using the stamp set Shaded Summer. I'm going to use Hello You. So we'll get that out here. Hello, you. And we are going to use, we're going to use the tailored tag punch. We'll put that to the side. We're going to use that with some black. We're going to use this Gingham, pretty Bumblebee Gingham ribbon. We are going to use a clear envelope. I don't know if you've realized we have these in our annual catalog, and it's just a clear one. It's got this pulls off so you can make it fold it over. You can put cards in there. We don't need this, so I am going to just cut this off right now and get this ready to use. Okay, so here's our clear envelope. Of course, we've got candy corn and peanuts. I love this combo. This is about half a cup of what we're going to be using. So we'll set that off to the side. Okay, I think we're ready to get going. I'm going to get my bits and pieces here. Okay, get my iPad out of the way. Okay, I think we're ready. First thing we are going to do is punch, as you can see I already punched, but we are going to punch a yellow. This is Daffodil Delight. We are going to punch the cone is what we're going to do. Okay, and I only need a strip of orange, because see this, let me get this candy corn. That's what we're working on right there. So we're going to use a strip of orange, and that looks good right there. Oh, there we go, bangled it up just a little bit because it's a little bit humid here. And my contractor has been painting all day. I'm so tickled. They're moving along great. But at the same time, there's a lot of wet paint in the house. So it's a little humid right now. I just need a tip of this. So there we go. See, once again, that's my example of what we're using. Okay, now to put this together, I'm going to use my silicone mat because I can get a little messy with my glue. So we're going to put that here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my Hello You though, because, well, when I can pick it up, okay, we will just shuffle it down here. We're going to use Memento ink. So I want it to dry because I'm going to fussy cut around it. There we go. You just get that, let that dry there. We're done with this for right now. Get that off the side. Okay, now we're going to put our pieces and parts together. There is our yellow. Here is our, there we go. And I'm going to do a little bit of trimming because you see I mangled it. And so that's okay. Because like I said, it's humid. And when it's humid, it's tough for the punch to necessarily punch well. So I'm going to just put a little bit of multi-purpose glue on it, glue it down, and it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to do some trimming. In fact, I'm doing a lot of trimming, it looks like, because look at that. I didn't get a big enough white piece. So we'll do a big one this time. There we go. Now I won't have an issue. Okay, was this my corner? Yep. I really should have put the white down first. Yep, I should have, but we'll see. We'll see what this does, if I can wing it or if I need to turn the paper over. Yep, nope, I can wing it. It's not going to look pretty in the beginning, but you get to see how I deal with mistakes. They're not really mistakes, they're challenges. So as you can see, this is a little funky, isn't it? Well, we're going to do some trimming. So we're going to trim the sides, make some clean sides. Now, this candy corn, the end is always, at least for my case, it's always rounded because it's always been bent or broke. And the top is normally rounded. So I'm just going to round. If you've got a corner rounder, you could use it. So see, that's a little funky, but that's okay. To me, candy corn isn't always symmetrical because, you know, in shipping, it can get mangled pretty bad. Okay, so we have our candy corn. Let's go ahead and fussy cut my Hello You. And I just like leaving a ring of white around it. I don't try to make it symmetrical at all. Occasionally, if there's a straight line, I may make it straight, but then I get wiggling again. I think it just sort of makes it look unique that way. Okay, so we have those. Now, we need the tailored tag punch is in our annual catalog. There we go. We've got that. Get that out of the way. We are done with that. Okay, now let's load our candy. There we go. I'll leave this one out for myself. Woo-hoo. Well, maybe we'll put them over there. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to use this gingham ribbon. And I think I'm going to want it there. I'm going to want a nice bow on it. So I'm going to cut it a little on the longer side. Now, how I'm going to do this is get some of these pieces and parts out of the way. Okay, I like to dry fit, so I'm going to put that at an angle, and I'm going to put that right there. So I want my candy corn down first. A little bit of glue on it. Once again, I'm using my silicone mat because it may drip, or I may have too much, or something. There we go. I like that. Okay. Now, a couple different ways of how we have a punch that actually pokes a hole. You can use a plain old office thing, but I am going to use, this is my take your pick tool. And this is a big piece of foam. And look at that hole we made. So, and I'm gonna, there we go. Get that foam out of the way. Wiggle this. There we go. Okay. So, okay, we're gonna tie this. Sometimes tying it is the challenge. Okay, like that. Okay. And sometimes I'll use linen thread to, for us, if I've got a small hole. But I was going to see if I could get this bumblebee through. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know. What might help if I cut it at an angle, wouldn't it? There we go. And look at that. It's all bunched up. That's why I can't get it. So we'll make the hole just a little bigger here. See if we can put that in. Not yet. I'm going to get it though. There we go. Cool. Okay. Put that there. And we're going to just tie a single knot there, and then we're going to do the bow. Okay, just about there, gang. Now I've got a second project that uses candy corn, but it's using a different product. So, hey, now there, how's that? I like that. Oh, I think I'd like you cut just at an angle. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Okay, so voila, how is that? Okay, pick up my mess here just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get going on the second project. So I think that's just a really cute little thing. This would be a nice little favor. We aren't working in the office, but if I was, I would make several of these and put them on coworkers' desks. Those would be fun. So, okay, now let me make some room. What I'm going to use next is, I don't know if you have seen this. Okay. This is the Pretty Pillow Box dies. And let me find my list. I have a list here of, maybe? Yes, this is what we're going to be working on, gang. These are the different supplies I'm going to be using. The Pretty Pillow Box dies. And, well, I need to get them over here. Okay. Oh, I've got the big boss over. I got to bring it over. Okay, in this die set, you've got this, which is the frame for the box. You have this for a neat label. And then you also have these that will make openings and closures. And you have some flowers and a couple tags. But these are the two we're going to use right now. So let me get some things out of the way here. Let's make the box first. This is the big boss. This is our big Stampin' cut and emboss machine. As you can tell, it is well loved. And of course, I'm following the pattern here. 1, 2, cutting blade 3. Put my paper down. And we want that. And then I'd like this. Well, I could do that if I'd cut this paper. So we're going to put that there. I just happen to have my slicer dicer over here. my trimmer, but there's not room. So it's on the workbench over there. I'm crafting in my kitchen. We're getting closer to being done with the renovation. And the kitchen, I mean, nothing is totally done yet, but it's all getting closer. I'm so excited. The contractors have done such a nice job. And it's been so challenging, besides our health issues with COVID, getting supplies has sure been a challenge. They've done a good job. Okay, so let's run this. You get it started and you hold it and you just wind it through. And yeah, it wiggles a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, and we are going to get that out and get the big guy out of the way. Put it over on the workbench. Here's our pretty tag. Look at that, it's stitched. And here is our box. Okay, so now these, it's sort of hard to tell, but if I turn this over, you see these score marks? These are the areas that I'm going to be folding things on. So, and I'm using the Designer Series paper. Actually, it's the Beautiful Pen. It's free in the Celebration. And I sure like this. It's sort of like grayscale. So, and there's little areas here that score marks that I'm folding. Now I made some of these with cardstock, and it was a challenge because our cardstock is so sturdy that I really like using our Designer Series paper. It is just the right thickness for this, I think. But I made them with my cardstock. I just prefer making them with Designer Series paper, especially all these pretty designed and colors. So, and it's nice, it's double-sided, so look what they get to find. Haha. Okay, now this is going to go, we'll close up our ends. Once again, I'm dry fitting everything, maybe. This guy, I didn't have him correctly bent, so like that and like that. Okay, I like having my raw edges go back. So I'm ready for a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to do these one at a time. So I'm going to make sure, there we go. A little bit of pressure to hold it while the glue dries. It doesn't take very long at all. There we go. Yep, that one is done. Now we are ready for this one. Once again, a little bit of glue. My glue is about empty, but I'm going to use every drop of it before I get my new one out. I have it right here in my cart beside me, just in case I use the last drop. There we go. Good deal. Okay. So there we go. We have this. Now, you may be asking, how big is this? So let me measure this. This finished is almost 3.5. It is not quite an inch thick and a little beyond 2. So what might fit in here? Well, I've got some different things I've tried. The Dove, I love the dark chocolate. It fits in here really well. You can see that. Also, this is a miniature Reese's pumpkin, and there's bats and things. It fits in there really well too. So there we go. And I think I'll use my Reese's instead of the chocolate this time. Okay, so we've got our box made. Now we need to make a piece of candy corn. And you've already seen me make it. So I'm going to, one thing I did not do is I did not stamp I'm going to make this a thank you. I need a scrap of paper right here. It's a scrap of paper. We'll use that one. So let's get that inked up. Let's get that stamped. Perfect. There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to fussy cut. I could just make it a square, but I sort of like the idea of it. To me, this sort of gives it some interest when you've got a whole bunch of wiggles. I'm calling it wiggles. I don't know what you might call it, but I'm calling it wiggles. There we go. And I think I'd like you to come down and zoop and come on around. There we go. Good deal. Cool. Well, Marie, I'm glad, I know you've got school, so be safe traveling. So now I have already made another candy corn. And for the essence of time, I'm going to go ahead and use that instead of making it again, because you've seen me make a candy corn. Come on now. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put that right there. And I think I'm going to put the thank you right on top. And you know, I want to elevate it, so I need my dimensionals. Got my minis or my big dudes. So you can see I've been cutting up my big dudes. This is the edges, and I don't like to waste anything. So I don't know. We'll just use those. Oh, nope, that's going to show. I don't want to show my mechanics. And I think we'll just use this one here. There we go. Okay, guess we didn't need the minis. The outside edge of the regular dimensionals worked just fine. So I'm going to put you right there. Okay, now I am going to use this. I'm using Gingham again. This time I'm using the black and white. And it's going to go just like up here. Okay, now I do need my large dimensionals because that's how I'm going to hold the ribbon and hold it closed. Make sure I'm in the frame. Okay, so that's going to go there. So I'm going to put a large dimensional on either side of my ribbon, but yet it's not on the flap there. So you see how that is? And then I'm going to stick this right here. So let's go ahead and get the release paper off. There we go. Okay, close it back. Okay, nope. I don't want you stuck on there. We're going to go right here. Okay, now let's go ahead and tie. Now, I could actually, I could have colored this ribbon and made it orange with the blends. That works really good with these. But I'm curious what the black and white looks like, so we're going to stick with it this time. There we go. Maybe I have it. Maybe. Yep, that works. I could have cut it off earlier, I reckon, but that's okay. Now I want you up here a little more, so I'm going to scoot you down a little more. Okay, do some finagling with my bow. There we go. How is that? So there we go. We have two treats, two 3D goodies, really easy to make. We've got with the candy corn and peanut mixture. And then we have our pillow box. And I want to show you this. I don't know, there is the Harvest candy corn that's got the dark on the top. So I made one of those, but I haven't made a project yet. So, gang, these are our two projects. So I hope you enjoyed and picked up a few tips. I will be back next Monday at 5 p.m. I hope you can join me. Also, be thinking of the classes. If you're local, you might want to, if you're available, come have fun. We'll make those 6 projects. And then the last thing is, that's on the 23rd. And this weekend, Friday and Saturday, we've got the Back to the 50s Festival. So, gang, I hope you're all doing well. It was nice seeing you online. So I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.